Is Nomad Brad coming to you from my box truck. I want to apologize. I've been talking to myself for the last 4 minutes. I didn't hit the right button, and so I've been here in spirit talking to myself, and I realized the chat was dead, and so I wasn't live, but now I am. So we're gonna roll. We are live. We are streaming. Internet speeds look good. I see we got a chat full of the regulars. Super Dave in the house. Happy to have you here, Super Dave. Polymath is with us. Charles Serratos is with us. Donkey to Dawn. Happy to have you here. I think Donkey to Dawn is a new subscriber. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. King Gamer holding down the chat. Diana Sailor has been with me since day one. Diana Sailor is a day one Nomad Brad subscriber from Kansas City, Missouri. Happy to have you here, Diana. Slugworth is here. Slugworth says, I'm moving to Yuma next year. Slugworth, I sure hope you are moving to Yuma in the wintertime because it is brutal hot in the summer. Charlie Pepin is here. Hello, Charlie Pepin. Happy to have you. We got Lex Luthor in the chat, dropping some kind words. Hello, hello. Happy to see everyone in here. Antonio, hello. Shadow Reaper. John C. in the house. Hello, John C. Happy to see John C. A lot of new faces. Matt AK. Inception Cam. That's right. We're doing a multicam today. Got the iPhone up high. Thought I'd give you guys a little bit of just a wide view. You know, feel like you're here in the box with me. Hopefully it doesn't throw you guys off. I'm going to be showing some other screens in a little bit, so it won't be up the whole time. But I just wanted to kind of, I don't know, throw it up, do something different. Why not? Why not? You only live once. You got to try some stuff. Urban Off-Grid in the house. Roy is saying hello from San Diego. Hello, Roy. Happy to have you. I'll be back in San Diego. AJ Scoggins in the house from Lake Havasu. I want to give a shout out to AJ for helping me out with a little project. So I tell you guys about all the deals you can get on Marketplace, and I happened to be browsing Facebook Marketplace last week, just already looking for conversion stuff, and I found an entry door just like the one I have right here, very similar. These entry doors, if you've shopped them before, you know retail is like $600 to $700. I bought this one scratch and dent on eBay for $300. However, I found one in Facebook Marketplace for only $100. And it was brand new. It was a clearance at some RV store in Lake Havasu, Arizona. And so I reached out to AJ from the Box Truck Crew. He has a shop in Havasu. He happened to be there, and I asked him if he would swing down and pick up the door for me, and he surely did. And so I'm really grateful to have the Nomad community, have everybody helping each other out. The Box Truck Crew is strong, and so AJ is holding an entry door for me for the next build out. And so I'll probably head up to Havasu in a couple weeks maybe, and go grab the door from AJ and visit and just see what's going on. So super happy. If you guys are getting ready to do conversions, you're shopping for parts, always check Marketplace. You never know what kind of deals you're going to find. I just saved myself $200 to $500 for that door, depending on what options were available. So definitely check Marketplace. So thank you for that, AJ. Appreciate it. Nomads support nomads. You're right, my man. Also, I was talking with AJ, and he mentioned he wants to do a box truck circle this week or this year at Schoolie Palooza. So I'll definitely be attending Schoolie Palooza. The original Schoolie Palooza, it happens, I think the last week of January is when it goes down. It's like a 2-week event, but I'll be out there. AJ is going to be there with his box truck. I have a feeling Wanderbox might come through Schoolie Palooza, Mark. And who else? King will probably be there. Sir on Dave, I assume, will probably be there. So yeah, there's going to be a bunch of us. If you guys are in the area, it'll be Ehrenberg, Arizona. If you're in the area, feel free to come on out. You don't have to have a box truck. You can have any vehicle. You can sleep in a tent, whatever you want to do. There was actually a couple people last year that rented U-Hauls and didn't convert them. They just rented U-Hauls, threw some camping gear in, and hung out for the week and just had a good time. So you can come on down even if you don't have a vehicle yet. If you want to tour a bunch of vehicles in person and also you want to just meet people and meet community and have a good time, it's a great place to just come hang out. So I would encourage you to think about that, right? Even if you don't have a rig, maybe just, take a few days off, catch a flight. I'm not sure what the closest airport is, but catch a Southwest flight for $100, rent out a U-Haul for a few days, and just come hang out. We'll have some campfires, and there's music and all kinds of stuff going on. So definitely invite y'all to Schoolie Palooza. I did a solar panel install couple yesterday for a subscriber. Throw up a picture of it here. She said she would be on tonight. I don't see her yet. She said her YouTube name is Crazy Asian Lady. So if we see if we see Crazy Asian Lady in the chat, that's her. But super nice lady. She has a transit medium. I think it was like a medium roof or maybe even a low roof transit. And so she had a couple 100 watts of flexible panels. And so I mounted them to the roof for her. We used VHB tape, so I did not have to drill any holes into her roof, which is always a nice thing. Mounted them down, sealed the edges, and then the cool thing you can do on the newer rigs like Sprinters and Transits and ProMasters, they have this external brake light assembly. So you can, I was able to drill through this plastic housing and then run the wires inside and then seal up that plastic housing. And so when you do this route, you're not drilling into the metal of the roof. And also the way this thing is engineered, even if water gets into that plastic housing, the pass-through is up high that goes to the inside, so water will never really leak into the van. So anyway, it's kind of just a cool, slick way to get solar on the roof and not have to drill holes, and worked out really nice. She was a really sweet lady, and I say this a lot, but whenever I meet subscribers in person, they're always really nice people. So I appreciate you guys being here and being a cool bunch of folks and bringing the good energy. And I also talked on the phone with Dr. Acer Chromebook, another subscriber. He's been pretty active in the chat. He was here last week and the week before, and I talked to him about potentially doing some electrical work in his box truck. He has the same box as me, same size, and he's currently building it out in San Diego. And so I might make the journey back over to San Diego and do some electrical work for him. Also a super nice guy. Adventures with Super Dave says I might come down for a few days. Absolutely, man. Happy to have you. As the date gets closer, I'll share more details, share the location for it. And, if you guys want to come down and you don't have a vehicle, just plan for like a camping trip. Bring a tent, bring a sleeping pad. It's pretty rocky. It's not really sand out where the event is. It's more like a hard rock. So you'll definitely want like a sleeping pad or an air mattress and, a little propane stove to cook or something. And yeah, have a heck of a time. Kenny on board. Kenny says, yo, Vegas is getting chilly. Might have to head south. Good to see you, Kenny. Yeah, man, it gets cold in the winter in the desert. Even Yuma is pretty cold at night. It's nice during the day. It's sunny and I think low to mid 70s during the day. So it's really nice during the day, but it's getting cold in the evenings, which I don't know. It's probably not a big issue for you, Kenny, because you can bundle up, you can put on blankets. I don't mind it personally being cold at night when I'm sleeping. I prefer it to be a little cool. So no problem sleeping, but it's definitely a little chilly. Haven't had to fire up the diesel heater yet, but I probably will soon. In fact, I'm going out tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. I'm going out tomorrow to film next week's YouTube video. And so I'm going to go out onto BLM land and out into the wilderness and just do a little camping out in the desert in the wide open spaces. So I'll probably definitely run my diesel heater when I get out there. Going back to the chat, the Camping Elks says, "Hi Brad, just tuned in. What are your winter plans?" So Camping Elks, I was talking about Schoolie Palooza. That is the last week of January. If you guys are curious about it, I'll share some info. They have a Facebook page. Last week of January, it's about a 2-week event, I think. I think technically it goes for like 2 weeks, but you can come and go. I'll probably only stay for 7 to 10 days. After about 10 days of being out there, it's like, for me, that's enough. I need to retreat and kind of be by myself after that. But so that's the plan, Camping Elks. I'll be at Schoolie Palooza. It is in Ehrenberg, Arizona, last couple weeks of January. And I was just putting out an open invitation to anybody that wants to come join and hang out. I was talking with a few box truck members, including AJ and Super Dave. Not Super Dave, Suron Dave. And so I think we're going to do a big box truck circle camp out at Schoolie Palooza. So anyone's welcome to come through. Even if you don't have a vehicle that's converted, you can just fly in, tent camp, get a rental car, rent a U-Haul. There was a couple people last year that did that. They just wanted to try out the lifestyle, and they flew in, rented a U-Haul, and then just filled it with cheap camping gear from Walmart and came out and hung out, and they had a good time. So just something to consider if you want to come and try out the lifestyle. Urban Off-Grid says, "I saw one guy mount these type of panels to like plastic election board signage. So extra removable." Yeah. So I think it's called chloroplast. It's like that, you're right, that election signboard plastic. I did that on my first van. I had an E250 high top or mid roof, and I did flexible panels on the chloroplast. It's supposed to allow better airflow, but those solar panels still burnt out within a year of having them installed. That was back in 2018. The technology was not very good. Flexible panels are a lot better these days. I'm still not a big fan. In general, I think you should always go with rigid panels. Flexible just are not quite as good. But I will show you guys, if you want flexible panels, because for some people that's just what they want, and that's fine, right? Everyone's got different preferences. If you want flexible, I believe these Renogy panels are probably the best technology that is available as far as being a high quality material. In fact, this is it's almost the same construction as the 200 watt panels that I received from All Powers. So it's like a really heavy duty material, and the face of them has like a heavy duty coating on them. It's not that really slick plastic that scratches easily. So if you guys do want flexible, I think these Renogy are probably the best deal that's out there. And specifically this style, or this the CIGS is super expensive, but yeah, these guys here, $130 for 100 watts of flexible solar, not a bad deal. So if you guys are looking for flexible, I'd recommend those. I was talking to a guy today, and he asked about flexible for a truck camper, and I recommended these. They got pretty good ratings. Pally says, "Yo, we are buying the same vehicle than you. Thanks for all the time you invest in teaching what you know. Much love from your biggest Paraguayan fan." Happy to have fans in Paraguay. I would love to visit Paraguay. It was definitely on my list as a South American country I would love to visit. Yeah, it's a good platform. I'm happy you guys are enjoying the content. I'll be selling this rig very soon and starting a new build. So depending on when you start your build, I've learned a lot since the last series of build videos, and I have a lot new products and techniques I'm going to be trying out. So there will be even more videos coming for you guys to watch and learn along with me. Adam Flint says, "I'm in Oregon and loving the country up here, heading south in a week or two." I agree, Adam. I grew up in Oregon. It is beautiful. As you get into late November, December, the rain comes and the gray skies come, and it's like cold and gloomy. But fall time is beautiful. September, October, parts of November is amazing. I love it. I'd love to go back and visit Oregon. I haven't been in a couple years. I'm missing it. Don't know when I'll be back, but at some point I will be. Next time I'll be back, I'll probably be in a 16-foot box truck with a fold-down deck. I'm excited. Let's go. Mischief Maker, more action in Havasu. Try some stealth in Havasu. Yeah, Mischief Maker, I agree with you. When I go up to Havasu to visit AJ and pick up my RV entry door, I will do some stealth camping in Havasu. I was talking to my dad today and telling him stealth camping in Arizona feels like cheating because literally nobody cares. There's so much wide open space. There's RVs everywhere, camper vans everywhere. Nobody cares. It feels like cheating to stealth camp in Arizona. So I'll definitely do some stealth in Havasu. I'll film it, put out a video on it. But I do like Havasu. It has actually the beach in Havasu is absolutely gorgeous. And that's something I'll definitely put in the video. It looks like a tropical island. It's like super light white sand, palm trees. If you go down there at the right time, you get the beautiful like pink and purple sunset against the blue water. Havasu is gorgeous. Dan is in Wisconsin. Hello. Hope you're staying warm, Dan. Hope you're not freezing. Urban Off Grid says they were bolted through the signboard. I hear you, man. Yeah. It's a good idea. Emily Rose is in Las Vegas. Hello, Emily Rose. Happy to have you here. Thanks for joining. Mischief Maker says solar panel obsolete. New quick charges now on market. 20 minutes max charge on 300 amp hour system. Yeah, Mischief Maker, Mischief Maker doesn't like solar. I think he was talking about that before, trying to tell me solar's dead. I actually follow an Instagram account called PDX Off Grid. They're in Portland, and they had a DC to DC charger hooked up to an alternator that was putting out 10,000 watts. I'm not even kidding. That's probably what you're talking about. I couldn't believe it. 10,000 watts off of a DC charger. I mean, it must be a huge, huge unit. I don't know how they do it, but yeah, it's awesome. I love it. Let's go. Lex Luthor, what made you choose Yuma? My dad lives in Yuma. So right now I'm parked in my dad's driveway. I like to come to Yuma in Arizona. Well, I like Yuma in winter. I like Arizona in winter in general. The weather's wonderful. It's a change of pace from Southern California. Like I said, it's super easy to stealth camp here. Out of the places to be in winter in Arizona, I don't want to be in Phoenix. It's a big town. It's kind of ugly. Havasu is pretty nice for stealth, for BLM. And Yuma's nice. And it's kind of a smaller town. But also to visit my dad. I'm doing some projects here, so I like to work at my dad's place. I can get out my tools and work on projects and cut wood, and I'm not making a mess. So that's why I'm in Yuma. Diana Saylor coming through with a question. Is it possible to use a flexible, movable stand that could be mounted on the side of a vehicle for easier access? Are you talking about for solar, Diana? A flexible, movable stand. I don't know what you're talking about. If you're talking about solar panels, Diana, some people, like this lady that I did the install for yesterday, she had her flexible solar panels just mounted, stuck to the side of her van with magnets. So the flexible panels are really light. The thing is, it's not ideal to have your solar panels vertical, really. You want them, face up. I was going to see if there was a picture of just a Google image search. Flexible solar panels, let's see. And I've seen that done before. But basically, you can just so the flexible panels have these little eye hooks in them all the way down the side. And so you can just go to Amazon and you can just buy magnets that have like little S hooks on them. And then you can just magnet the panels to the side of your bus, Diana. But you're not going to get as much sun exposure as if you put them on the roof. I would really suggest you put them on the roof. And the thing is, Diana, if you do flexible, you can just use tape on the roof. That's what I did for this lady. You don't have to drill holes or anything. It's pretty easy. I mean, if you can stick down masking tape, you can mount flexible panels with VHB tape. Pretty easy. So I wouldn't recommend any kind of a mount. I don't know. I don't know about that. Okay, back to the chat. Yeah, for solar panel. Yeah, that's my thought, Diana. I don't know about a movable flexible stand. I guess if you wanted to use them, like if you were going to park your bus in the shade and you wanted the panels to be able to like go, you know, like 20 or 30 feet distance so they could be in the sun, then that would make sense. And so you could try to get some kind of a solar panel stand, maybe. I would just browse Amazon. Oh, here's something. Yeah, so they make them. Here I just Googled it, but look, here's one. They don't have any pictures with panels in them, but see that? So that's pretty small, lightweight. You just put the solar panel in it. You can change the orientation. So you could try that route, Diana. But then keep in mind, you know, when you're not using the panels, you have to take them in and then store them in the bus. So then you're going to have like this stuff you got to store. I would try to put them on the roof. Frosty QRC says tariffs on solar panels start next month. Yeah, tariffs are going to raise the price on a lot of our stuff. Everything comes from China. So that's something to consider, right? Now, it would be good to buy panels now. I'll have to follow the news. I mean, the thing is, we still have so many panels in America that are, you know, already here, already produced. But I assume local retailers will probably start raising prices on them, just knowing that down the road cost is going to go up. So it would be wise probably if I could buy panels for my next build right now. I might think about that, honestly. Thank you for mentioning that, Frosty. I appreciate you, Frosty. Dan says still out mountain biking and hiking in the 50s. I'll be back in queue in January. Good on you, man. Yeah, 50s is good for mountain biking. It's brisk, but you're working up a sweat, so it doesn't feel cold. Roy says still want solar if you have roof space for it, but yes, DC fast charging alone can be enough. Mischief Maker says full stealth, no solar. Adventures with Super Dave sending me some holiday cheer. I appreciate you, Super Dave, coming through with the super chat. Big tip from Super Dave. Thank you, sir. He says for gas up to Havasu. I'll send you pics of the drawer system when I get done with it. Yeah, Dave, thank you. This will definitely help get me to Havasu. I appreciate it, brother. And yeah, send me pics of the drawer system. I'm curious to see what you got going on, brother. Love to see it. Thanks for the support on the channel. I appreciate it, guys. Lex Luthor says, cool, I grew up here and still live here. It doesn't get enough love. Yeah, yeah, Yuma's a small town, but you know what, Lex Luthor? It's kind of nice. You know, I grew up in a small town that got big and turned into kind of a big town, and there's something to that small town charm that, you know, the low traffic and when you go in the grocery store, lower, you know, less people and stuff. It's kind of nice. So be happy that it's not like, you know, Southern California with everybody moving here, or like Oregon where I was from, where everyone from Cali moved to Oregon and blew it up. Diana Sailor, that raises horizontal and lowers. Yeah, Diana, just Google for your solar panel, just Google solar panel stand. That's what I put in. And there's all kinds of different stuff, you know, so depending on what you want to deal with, what you want it to look like, you got options. There's all kinds of stuff out there. Here's one. Here's a bigger one, right? That looks almost like a lounger. See that? There's a picture of what it looks like. So it's got an adjustable kickstand. This actually works with flexible folding panels, like a suitcase solar. So that's only $35 for that stand. You got options, Diana. Lots of options. Urban off-grid. If wind gets under those flex panels while driving, they'll tear like paper. I don't think so. I installed them with VHB tape. They ain't going to tear off. I've done that quite a bit. Even the ones I did on my van back in 2018, they didn't tear off. So I don't know how they tore like paper. You must have had some poor quality panels. Because, yeah, they're mounted to rigid heavy duty plastic. Mike, what's up, brother? Yo, yo, yo. Happy to have you here in the chat, Mike. How are you doing? How's van life? How's it going? Mark, what TV will you go with in your new rig? Power type? So I have right now I have a 43-inch LG TV. Super happy with it. It's beautiful. It's the 4K smart TV. I didn't want to do a smart TV because sometimes I don't like technology, but it's really nice. It has the YouTube app, so I can just hook my smart TV right up to my Nomad internet, and then I can watch YouTube right from the TV, change channels, change subscription channels with the remote. Super nice. This is a 43. In the next box, I'm gonna do probably a 50-inch. I think a 50 would be nice. Maybe 55. We'll see. 50 or 55 in the next truck. And I don't know if you saw me go over the TV, but it has the flexible mount that pulls out. So the TV pulls out like 20 inches off the wall. So the TV, feels bigger when you pull it closer to you. So even this 43, by the time I pull it 20 inches off the wall, it feels a lot larger. So I think if I got a 50 and then pulled it closer to me, that's probably sufficient. So I'll probably get a 50-inch. One thing I'd like to report is the energy consumption is super low. I was watching my battery monitor, and that TV, this LED TV, is only like 30 watts when it's running, which is absolutely insane. Very low energy consumption. Here she is, lazy ass Asian. Sophia, hello, happy to see you. Happy you hopped on. I just told the chat about you. I showed a picture of the install I did for you yesterday, and I told the chat that your name was, I couldn't remember exactly. I knew it was Lazy Asian something. So I said, hey, we got to watch, here's a picture of the install. We got to watch the chat and see if Lazy Ass Asian pops in. That's Sophia. And yeah, I was just telling the people you were super kind, and I appreciated that. And all the subscribers that I've met in person have been really good people. And so I'm happy to know that my channel brings the good energy, brings in the good people, and that we're putting together a good group of nomads, a good little nomad community here. So happy to have you here, Sophia. Thanks for joining and watching and subscribing and hiring me to do your electrical. I appreciate it. Step Van Dan says hello, hugs from Minnesota. Hello, Step Van Dan. Happy to have you here. Hope you're staying warm. Mischief Maker, just go 200-watt portable, use roof or ground, easy to store. Roy, I thought Chinese will pay tariffs. Yeah, so, that's the thing the news said, was that most Americans don't understand how tariffs work. And I just assumed tariff meant that the company that's sending it pays the tariff. But actually, a tariff applies to imported products. I just Googled it. So I think what happens is just the manufacturer isn't going to take that hit, right? Like, so say it's a solar panel and there's a tariff of $100 on the solar panel. The manufacturer, can't reduce their cost to America by $100. So that $100 tariff is actually just going to get passed on to the end consumer. So we're going to be paying the tariff. You know what I mean? Chinese ain't going to pay for it. So yeah, it's gonna hit us in the pocket a little bit. Diana, another thing I would mention is any of you guys, if you're looking for solar or any kind of van life equipment, be ready to buy for Black Friday. A lot of these companies do huge sales for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So if you guys want to buy stuff, I would plan on doing it in about 3 weeks for Black Friday. You'll probably find deals on flexible solar and solar panels and charge controllers and all that good stuff. This is the buying season, my friends. Question in the chat. I can't read the name. It looks like Chinese. How much did it cost you to build your RV? I calculate the materials cost me between 12, probably about 12 grand for everything you see here. Labor not included. The biggest expense on a build is labor. So I estimate about 12 grand in materials, and then my labor, priceless. Nomad Brad labor is priceless. But I will be selling the van for $45,000 for anybody that wants to buy it. I think it's a pretty good value. Mischief, let's see what we got. Checking in on the chat. The Camping Elks just stayed in San Diego in your secret spots with no knocks. Happy to hear it. The videos are helping out the people. Camping Elks just checked out my secret spots. Awesome. Happy to hear it. Yeah. San Diego's been pretty good. Pretty laid back on their parking restrictions. I'm glad I helped out. Mischief Maker's asking if Nomad Internet worked at Burning Man. No, it did not. Nomad Internet is a cell-based internet service. The only internet that will work at Burning Man is satellite-based. So Starlink, or if you have an RV with HughesNet or some kind of satellite-based internet, that is all you get. There's no cell service at Burning Man. RMR Pictures coming in from New York City. Happy to have you. Got reactions. The manufacturer pays the tariff, but they're not a charity. Yeah, that's the thing, is the manufacturer pays it, but keep in mind, like, the stuff China sends us, it's already so cheap. Like, when you buy something in America, most of the markup is coming on the American side, right? Like, for example, if you, like, because I bought a lot of parts directly from China through AliExpress. And so, like, a circuit breaker that is $7 on Amazon, like this guy right here, well, okay, this whole unit, this circuit breaker box with the wires, if you go to buy this on Amazon, it's about 30 bucks. When you buy this on AliExpress from China, it's $10, right? So this is 10 bucks from China. So China's not going to be able to pay a bunch of money out of pocket because they're already cranking this out cheap. Most of the markups come from the American side because our, dollar's stronger, economy's stronger. So what's going to happen is China can't take a hit because they're already working at, thin margins. So it's going to just get passed on to the consumer. Lazy Ass Asian says, happy to meet you, Brad, and glad it worked out. You did my install. I would definitely recommend you to anyone that wants work done. You did great work. Very happy with the install. You know your stuff. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. Matt AK says, I'll be fine with that if they stopped income tax. But, yeah, I hear you. The good news, though, about this lifestyle is even if there's tariffs and taxes, we don't have that much stuff. I'm going to put out a lot of money for the van build, but once it's built out, that's kind of it, right? This isn't like a normal American lifestyle where you're buying couches and end tables and all this stuff, right? Like, I buy a new clothing item every 6 months. I'm not shopping all the time. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, it's going to suck. I'll have to pay more in tariffs, but once it's paid for, that's it. You're kind of done. Unless I have to do another build. Oh my goodness, don't even get me started. Got reactions. Extra money goes to the U.S. government because they are doing such a great job. I hear you, brother. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. What's up, nomads? Bolsa Chica Beach, California. Not familiar with that location. Van time, van life. Bolsa Chica. How is it out there? I don't know where that's at. Let's find out. Let's find out where Bolsa Chica is. State Beach. We don't want to do that. Let's look at the maps. Okay, right off Pacific Highway, south of Long Beach, north of Huntington Beach. So kind of south of LA, maybe like an hour or so. Bolsa Chica Basin, Marine Reserve. Looks beautiful. California does have really nice beaches. I like it there. Look at that. Very, very cool. Happy to have you here. Thanks for joining us. Julio is asking, what source did you use to find your box trucks? Julio, that is a great question. You have come to the right place, sir. This is what you do. You go to Facebook. You click on the tab for Marketplace. And then you type in box truck. It's that simple, baby. What do you want? Type in what you want. You want a 12-foot box truck? Here's one right here. Look at that. 2000, look how clean that is. 2008 Ford. Here, let me move my screen here so you guys can see it. 2008 Ford box truck, $12,000. This is the same one I have. New brakes, tune-up, doesn't need any work. They don't list the mileage. It's probably high if they don't list it, but look at that. Look how clean that box truck is. Boom. There you go, Julio. Facebook Marketplace, baby. What I would recommend is, widen your search. Like, set your search parameters to, say, 100 miles. Because for the right vehicle, you should be willing to travel. So this thing is really, really clean. The exterior looks spotless. 191,000 miles. So it's high mileage, but, if it's maintained, that's okay. You just have to plan on, engine or tranny at some point. But these rigs are built pretty simply. It's not that a lot of work to have to swap out the box or the chassis or the transmission or the engine. Also, you can just buy the cab chassis. Something that Suron Dave mentioned was U-Haul sells just the chassis. And so you can get chassis sometimes for pretty cheap. But I don't see any coming up right now. Anyway, Marketplace, baby. Get yourself a box truck. Okay, what do we got? Matt AK, I'd consider it, but I want a bathroom. Consider what, Matt AK? What would you consider? Roy, yes, ultimately the U.S. consumer winds up paying. I was joking about Trump. Oh, yeah. Lazy ass Asian. I'm staying at one of your secret spots in San Diego. Oh, yeah, that's right. Lazy ass Asian went back to San Diego. Heck yeah. Happy to help out. I'm glad people are using the YouTube channel to find spots. Helping out the nomad community. And the thing is, too, guys, I make those videos because I want to teach you how to fish, right? You've heard the old saying, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. So I make these videos because I want to teach you how to fish. I want to show you how to find stealth camping spots. And so that's why I do these videos. And that's why in the last video, I didn't make it clear where the spots were located. Because I don't want people to just rely on me to tell them where to go camp. That's not the point of it. You need to be self-reliant. You need to be self-sufficient. You got to figure it out on your own. But hopefully through the videos, you can be comfortable with that and be comfortable using Google Maps and then going out and finding spots on your own in a new city. I see it all the time in the Facebook groups, the van life groups. Hey, I'm in this town. Where can I stay? I'm in that town. Where's a safe place to park? You guys need to learn to do this on your own. Don't rely on other people. Learn to fish. Be free, my friends. Rick, Desert Runner Rick in the house. Rick Matthew, another subscriber that I did an install for a few weeks ago. Happy to have you here, Rick. We did the LED backup lights and some wiring cleanup on his Nissan Frontier Desert Runner Edition. Beautiful little truck camper. Mischief Maker, size of battery bank. What do we got here? CC Priest, fellow box truck dweller here. I have a 16-foot 2020 GMC Savannah, 1,460 watts of solar. Happy to hear it. That is a solid solar system. I have about 1,230 watts on the roof. My next van will have minimum 2,000. I had somebody send me a link for 700-watt Canadian solar panels. I think there's 705 watts. I could potentially fit 4 of them on the roof, which would give me like 2,800 watts, which would be absolutely wild. So I might put 2,800 watts on the roof of my next box truck. We'll see what happens. Fuel in California going up 80 cents a gallon. That's wild. Fuel's about 330, 320 here in YUMA. Happy about it. When I was in Texas, gas was $2 a gallon. Absolutely incredible. Just reading through the chat here. Let me look back at the notes I had for today. Next week, I'm taking my van down to have the title converted to a motorhome. So for you guys that want to know, all box trucks basically start out as commercial vehicles. The VIN will come up as a commercial vehicle in the DMV database and for your insurance company. So if you try to get insurance on a box truck, they're going to tell you you need commercial insurance. So you can either have commercial insurance, which is what I currently have. It's not that much. Mine's like $80 a month. If you if you have your vehicle reclassified as a motorhome, then you can just get regular motorhome insurance, which is much cheaper. But the process required with that is you have to have it inspected. Depending on what state you're in, there'll be different authorities that inspect it. But here in Arizona, I have to have a sheriff. For some reason, the sheriff at a DOT station has to inspect the vehicle to basically just confirm it is in fact now converted to a motorhome. And there is a list of requirements the vehicle has to make to be considered a motorhome. It varies by state. But in general, they're looking to see that you have like there'll be a list of 10 items. You have to have at least 5 of them, and it's just things required to make it a home. So like they'll want you to have like some kind of a heat source, some kind of water tanks, some kind of a cooking device. So it's pretty basic stuff. They're just basically trying to make sure that it is in fact something to live in. So, but I definitely recommend getting registered as a motorhome if you want easy and cheap insurance. That's the way to go. So I have an appointment to do that next week. I'm going down to the border. The only place that does it close to me is about 40 minutes south at the border crossing. There's a sheriff that does it. And I will be attempt to film it. Hopefully they allow me to film. And so I'll share that video with you guys so you can see the actual process of getting it registered as a motorhome, at least in Arizona. Yes, please hit the like. If you're in the chat right now, hit the thumbs up. Give me a like. I appreciate it. It helps broadcast the live stream to other potential nomads. Let's get them all in. Got reactions. I love the size of that U-Haul, the external size. Yeah, I agree with you. That's the same size I have. It's just it fits so nice. It parks in a regular parking spot. It'll be hard to give it up. It's really compact and just aesthetically it looks good. It's well balanced. The proportion of the box to the cab, it looks good. It really does look good. This one especially is just a super clean rig. Like they've really done a good job of maintaining the exterior. Let's see if I can find it again. Here's another one. El Centro. Look at this one. 2006, 174,000 miles, $8,600. Not quite as clean aesthetically, but lower mileage. And only $8,600. So lots of deals out there for anybody looking for a box truck. Van Time, Van Life. None of the U-Hauls have walkthroughs. You have to build that yourself. I have a video on my YouTube channel that shows you how to do it. It's not that hard. You just use a Sawzall, cut it open. There's even easier ways to do it. Mine's a little more complicated. I installed a seal, but you don't have to even go that far. You can do it pretty easily. Yeah, got reactions. You might have to travel. That's something to consider, guys. If you're in the Rust Belt, you don't want to buy a local vehicle. It's going to be rusted out. The van I have now, it's so clean underneath the frame. There's no rust. It's super, super clean. You really want to get something from the West Coast. I know U-Hauls travel all over, but typically a U-Haul will like start its life in one state, and typically that's like its home base. So even if someone buys it and rents it for travel, um, it usually ends up kind of back where it started at. So in my experience, though, most U-Hauls I've looked at have been pretty clean. I haven't really seen one super rusty, so I'm not sure why that is. I wonder what U-Hauls look like in Minnesota or Wyoming or something. Uh, uh, uh. Got reactions. My wallet decides what I buy. I hear you, brother. John C. in the chat asking if I'm going to enlist my dad and cousin to help you out on the future build. I will start out the next build, assuming that it happens this winter, which is my assumption. I will start the build here at my dad's house in Arizona, or in Yuma. I will have him help me a little bit with the insulation before I take it out into the BLM. I want to insulate the box truck and put the floor in before I actually live in it. And so I'll probably spend a couple weeks working on it here, and then I'll take it out into the BLM. And then once I get out there, some Nomad friends are going to help out. King Gamer is going to help out. Suron Dave is going to help out, and anybody else that shows up. So my cousin is having shoulder surgery. Cousin Lonnie, he's in Phoenix right now, staying with his mom while he has his shoulder operated on. So he's out of the Nomad rotation this winter. Emily Rose says the information you give is fantastic and so helpful. Thank you, Emily. I appreciate that. Very helpful. Jay is asking about any thoughts on the newer Starlink Mini. Yeah, I think it's a good unit. I would definitely consider one. I know Starlink was on sale recently at Costco for only $199, which is a pretty good deal. It's right now it's like $350 directly from Starlink. So it's a pretty good savings. The Mini is more expensive. It's like $600 for hardware, but I'm sure over time they'll drop the price of the Mini. But yeah, I'm cool with it. I would totally rock a Mini. I don't feel like I need to have the full-size Starlink. I don't need blazing fast internet. If I can just get, I mean, if I can get 30 to 50 megabits down and 10 to 15 up, that's perfect for my needs. I don't need crazy fast internet. So I would definitely consider the Mini. I like the smaller footprint, especially considering I'm going to fill my roof with solar on my next rig. So I don't know. I'm not going to have room for a Starlink dish, so I don't know what I'm going to do for that. Something to consider. That's why I like the Nomad. You don't need to have anything on the roof. It's just a little box. I still like the Nomad, you know. Cracker Jack says you're a solar company, makes good business sense for you to trick out 2800 watts. I agree with you, Cracker Jack. Thank you. That's why I did the cool little solar cabinet down below. I wanted to have a good like representation of what I can do when I'm doing custom work. I think it turned out pretty good. Mischief Maker says legal to film in public. I agree. It's also legal to film a officer on duty. So I should be allowed to film it. My only thought was because it's like when you cross the border, when you go through Border Patrol, they have signs that explicitly say like no videography, no filming. So depending on where I have to go to have him inspect the rig, if it's in like a no, filming area, I think they use, national security as a blanket. They don't want you filming the border crossing. So anyway, I don't know. It should be fine. It might not be. We'll see. But in general, it is legal to film in public, and it is legal to film an officer on duty. They are public servants. They are working for us. We can film them whenever they put on the uniform. Tomorrow's today. Burn theme is real. I don't know what that means. Dog pound. What's for dinner? Hello, dog pound. Hi. Um. Yeah, dog pound. I'm behind on chat, bro. What did I do tonight? I did eggs and ground beef and sweet potatoes and cucumber for dinner. It was delicious. Thank you for caring about my dinner. Happy to hear it. Okay, I'm going to show you guys something I've been working on. Dog pound had chicken, beans, and rice. That sounds tasty. What are you looking at buying? I'm going to get a 16-foot Isuzu NPR box truck. All the best to cousin Lonnie. Thank you. I appreciate that. AJ had fried rice and beef with broccoli. That sounds delicious. I love fried rice. I love Asian food in general. Chinese, Vietnamese, any kind of Asian, spicy, Indian, I love it. I love like a nice soup, a noodles, a rice. Asian food is definitely my favorite category. Dr. Acer Chromebook in the chat. Hello, sir. Happy to see you. I was talking about you earlier, Dr. Acer Chromebook. I was saying I spoke to you on the phone, and it was great to chat with you and about how grateful I am that whenever I meet with or talk to a subscriber, they're generally good people. And I'm happy to know that the channel is bringing in the good energy and good folks. Happy to have you here, Acer Chromebook. Am I building a longer rig? Yes, I'm building a 16. You guys maybe don't know. Maybe, well, y'all haven't been around. Maybe I'm getting a 16-foot Isuzu NPR. Show you guys really quick. And then we're going to talk about some products. This is actually the exact... Oh, hold on. You guys can't see that. This is actually the exact box truck I would like to purchase. If I had the cash for it right now, I would go over and buy it. 2007 Isuzu NPR, 5.2 liter diesel. It's pre-DEF, no DEF fluid. Only 121,000 miles on a diesel, which is very, very good. Low mileage. This thing is very clean. The rear of the box is a little banged up, but the interior... Look at this. Very clean. The guy took very good care of it. All the trim is really clean and just polished up. The seat is not busted up. The dash isn't cracked. It looks like it was very well maintained. And usually when the cab is clean, that just says the owner of the vehicle took pride in their equipment and they probably maintained the rest of the vehicle equally well. The engine bay looks super clean. So this vehicle is awesome. It has the lift ramp on the back. So I'm going to use that as a deck. These lift ramps are nice because they fold up underneath the vehicle, so it doesn't add to your bumper-to-bumper length. So, but then when you extend it out, you get like a 4-foot by 8-foot deck to hang out on. It's got 8-foot ceilings. Versus my box truck is 7-foot ceiling, so I get more headroom, more room for overhead cabinets. And I'll show you the picture of the front of it, so you can kind of try to get an idea of the overall length. And here's the kicker, right? The box truck I have now, it's the 12-foot box. The floor is 12 feet long. The roof is 14. My bumper-to-bumper length on this vehicle is 21 feet. Going to this Isuzu NPR, the box is 16 feet, but bumper to bumper, it's only 23 feet. So I get an additional 4 feet of living space, but my bumper length only increases by 2 feet. And a 23-foot box truck, I can still park that in a regular parking space as long as I have room to hang my rear over the curb. So this is like physically the biggest box truck you could fit in a single parking space, which is important to me because some places I go to Stealth Park, like in California, you know, if you go any bigger, you're not going to be able to stay there. And I still want to be able to do some California stealth parking. Chris B, if you were to start a build to be lived in ASAP, but was a good foundation to build as you live, what would you start with? Chris B, I mean, I've always lived in my vehicles from day one. I had a cargo van, a shuttle bus, and two box trucks. Every single one of them, I I started out sleeping on an air mattress in an empty vehicle. My shuttle bus, when I bought it, the seats were already removed. Actually, I think they were already removed, and so I just put out an air mattress and slept on the floor. But I think honestly, if you're gonna do a conversion and you want something easy and cheap, a shuttle bus is actually your best option because you don't have to install windows, you don't have to install doors. Um, with a shuttle bus, you get a taller ceiling. You get like a 6 foot ceiling versus like a schoolie. You don't get a 6 foot ceiling. So, um, something like this. Let's see. Like this shuttle bus, for example, the ceilings are going to be like 6'2". You already have the nice entryway with the steps. You already have big windows. You have a door in the back. You can put the bed up high and do like a garage section underneath. And the nice thing about a shuttle bus like this is you can use regular furniture. You can just use a regular bed frame. You can go get a love seat off Facebook Marketplace. You can use a regular sink cabinet from Home Depot. You can buy a used sink cabinet from the Restore. So a shuttle bus is going to be your easiest way to get living in a vehicle comfortably. With a box truck, before you live in it, you have to put in an entry door because the rear roll-up door locks from the outside. So if you close the door when you're inside of it, you're going to be locked inside your vehicle. So with a box truck, you have to do work before you can sleep in it. Polymath channel, did you resolve the internet? Uh, I mean, I'm gonna do Starlink. The only reason I'm gonna do Starlink is because when I go out to the desert, I'm gonna need Starlink. Like Nomad works at Schoolie Palooza, but it's spotty and it's not gonna be because Schoolie Palooza is pretty far out there. So when you're out in the desert, you need Starlink, and I'm gonna be uploading a ton of content. I'm gonna be doing a ton of live streams for you guys, and I don't want choppy internet. I don't want you guys having to deal with choppy video and me dropping out and stuff. It's going to be a nightmare. So I will get Starlink for you guys because I care. Because I care about the quality of the content that you have to watch. CC Priest, that is a 5.2 liter turbo diesel. I've done research on it. It's a pretty reliable engine. I would prefer to have something larger. I would love to have a 6 or a 7 liter diesel. But it's uncommon to find a bigger engine in a cab over, and I have to go cab over to get that bumper to bumper length. If I do like a Kodiak or a high kick or something with a regular engine on in front of the wheels, then I'm gonna be longer than 23 feet, and then I can't park in single parking spaces. So I have to, at this point, if I do a 16-foot box, I have to get a cab over. So my only option isn't a Isuzu. Now it's possible AJ Scoggins has like the 7 liter Isuzu engine, but his box truck was like a custom order. The guy he bought it from ordered it from the factory specific for his business, and so it's kind of a unicorn. Yeah, the Isuzus are a workhorse. Also, the Isuzus, they've built them forever. They're all over the country. They made millions of them worldwide. It's a proven engine, and you should be able to get parts all over the country, or all over the world, I mean. I am kind of kicking around the idea of traveling down to Central America. And so I'm pretty confident I could get parts for my Isuzu, you know, in Panama or Paraguay or, uh, Costa Rica, wherever I go. So I'm pretty confident in that engine. Just like the 6.8 liter V10, I think you can get Econoline parts anywhere in the world. So yeah, I'm comfortable with the Isuzu engine. If I got into like the Duramax, that might be a little harder to locate. I don't, they ain't running Duramaxes in Honduras, I doubt. So, but I'm sure you can get Isuzu stuff. Bargain Labels, hello. Happy to see you, South Florida. Thanks for joining the chat. Abdella, yeah, my box truck is currently registered as a commercial vehicle. I have commercial insurance. I will be registering it as an RV next week. I just talked about that. I will film the process and make a video about having your box truck registered as a motorhome. Once I do that, I can have motorhome insurance. It is cheaper. Jay Stewart, hello. This is Nomad Brad coming to you from my box truck. Just for Jay. Happy to have you here, Jay. He's always commenting on the videos, but he does not make it to the live streams often. Happy to have you in a live stream. We're just talking about box trucks and nomads. John C's got to go to bed. Good night, John. Happy to have you here. You're always holding down the chat. Get some rest. Enjoy work tomorrow. Have a good walk. I'll see you next time, brother. All right. Let's see. This Van Time Van Life, they started doing DEF in 2010. I Googled it on last live stream. So if you get a 2009 or older diesel, it will not have DEF. Did somebody block Dog? Yeah, that guy was spamming. I should have blocked him, but I didn't. But it looks like he got blocked. How is that? Maybe he didn't. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I need to make King a moderator. I keep trying to do that, and I keep forgetting. Or maybe I did do it. King, are you still here, King? Did I make you a moderator? Slugworth says, will you be able to make a walkthrough? No, I will not. There are some videos on it, adding a walkthrough to, but the Isuzu has a tilt cab, so it's a little extra engineering. I don't know. I might do it in the future, but well, I won't be able to because I would have to allow for it. So no pass-through. I'm fine with that. I've been living in this box truck without being able to use my pass-through for the last 3 months because I had so much crap in here, and I'm totally comfortable with it. Not worried. It will have 2 doors though. It'll have a side door and a rear door, so there will be like an emergency exit. You know, if there's some kerfuffle going on outside, I can sneak out the opposite door and hop into the cab. I'm not worried about it. Charlie Pepin with 8-foot headspace. You can install your water and gray tanks under the floor. I could. That would be an option. Lex Luthor, best kind of shuttle bus. I would get a V10. I would get it. Well, not V. You know, it doesn't have to be V10. I would get a gas shuttle bus personally. I like an Econoline. You can get the Chevy. They have a Vortec V8. It's like a 6-liter. That's a good engine. You can get the Chevy or a Ford. I would get the gas motor in a shuttle bus. In a shuttle bus, if you're getting gas, get the 6.8-liter V10. Do not get the 5.4-liter V8. It will be underpowered. I had the 5.4 V8 in my cargo van, and it felt underpowered. I couldn't imagine trying to drive a shuttle bus with a 5.4-liter V8. You'll be crawling down the freeway. All right, guys. I'm going to go over one thing really quick, and then I'm going to hop off. We've been going for an hour, and I'm tired tonight. I did not sleep very well last night. I was up super late just thinking. My mind was racing. I have a lot going on right now. Not, in a positive way, but I was just thinking about all kinds of stuff. I was thinking about my box truck build. I was thinking about business. I was thinking about YouTube. And so I was up super late, did not get a lot of rest, and I'm feeling it. But before we close the evening out, I want to show you guys some products I'm working on. I talked to you last week about the website launch, nomadics.biz. I'm going to be selling some solar and electrical parts online for you guys. My goal was to create a DIY system so that you guys can do your own electrical installs without a lot of advanced knowledge and skills. And so I want to show you guys what I came up with. this way. Well, no, I guess I have to do it this way. Okay, that's fine. Actually, I'm going to take my sweatshirt off first. I'm getting hot. I put the sweatshirt on because it's cold outside. It's currently 60 degrees outside, but it's 74 degrees here in the van. So between me, my body heat, all the lights that are on, it's actually staying warm in here, which is pretty cool. Okay, so you guys know I do solar installs for people, and the issue I have is a lot of my subscribers and people that need my help are scattered all over the country, and I cannot physically help them. And you know, a lot of you guys are really capable, and you just aren't super comfortable with electrical. And so I wanted to find a way to make it possible for me to help you guys do your own electrical from a distance. And so I put together this DIY electrical kit. I want to show you guys how it works. It's going to be specific to your vehicle. So all you're going to have to do is basically measure like the length of how much wiring you need, and that's it. Everything's plug and play. So for example, on the roof of your vehicle, you're going to mount your solar panels, and normally you would have to connect all the wires and run all that stuff up, but all you're going to have to do after you mount your panels on the roof is you're going to drill one hole in the roof, and you're going to run your solar wires through the roof. And I have the rooftop entry gland right here. It's already got the solar wire installed. By the way, I've done all this work myself. I build this stuff by hand. So you drill a hole in the roof, you mount this with some sealant, you run the cables down. This is your solar disconnect breaker. It's all pre-wired. It uses the same cables. So you just plug in your solar roof cables to your breaker. And then you have your breaker disconnect, and all you have to do is plug in another set of cables, and then you just insert these right into your charge controller. So you can install solar panels, charge controller, connect it to the battery. You can do the whole process without having to cut, strip, or crimp any wires. All you have to do is just push together some connectors. It's that easy. And I also have the same thing going for you guys for all your 110 volt electrical. So here's an example of a breaker box, right? So your power inverter would go into this breaker box, and then from the breaker box, you would go out to all of your outlets. And so I've done the same thing here. I have this breaker box you can buy. Everything is customizable to your install. So we can talk. You can tell me how many breakers you need, what you want to do with it. And I'm just going to send you all the stuff, and you just plug it in. So like, check it out. Here's an example. This is an outlet. It's a single wall outlet. It has your regular 110 volt plugs. It also has a USB-A and a USB-C 30 watt quick charge adapter. So you can get this in a regular, single, or I don't have one here. You can also do a double, right? Where it's like two of these side by side, so you get 4 outlets. And I send you this with the wire, and it's got the ferrules already connected. And so all you have to do is measure where you want to put your outlet. Tell me, I'll make you an outlet with the wire, and I'll send you the breaker box. All you have to do is screw this to the wall, and everything will be pre-wired inside. And all you have to do is use a screwdriver, and you just put these terminals into one of these holes at the top. And I'm going to make instructional videos for all this. So, I mean, this is so easy. It's so simple, anyone can do it. And the thing is, even if you really don't want to do it yourself, the way that I'm building these kits it's so simple that I guarantee you have a friend or a family member or some kind of a local electrician or handyman that will be able to do this. Literally, it's so simple. So this is what I'm creating for you guys. I'm super excited. You're going to be able to do all your electrical this easily, and it's going to save you guys a lot of money. It's not going to be as cheap as completely doing it yourself because I am putting this stuff together by hand. So it's taking me time, to cut the wire, make these outlet boxes. If we can sell, yes, Donald Frazier, so simple, even a caveman can do it. I love it. It's if we can sell a bunch of this stuff, then I could potentially order some of this already made from China with tariffs, of course. And so maybe get the cost down, but it's still going to be affordable and it's going to be a lot cheaper than hiring, you know, someone to do this in person, especially if you're not near me, because my prices are very reasonable. You can ask Crazy Ass Asian. I hooked her up. My prices are very affordable. But if you're like, in California or Colorado and you try to go to a regular electrician or a solar installer, the prices are astronomical. And the work really isn't that difficult. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys the products I'm working on. I'm really excited. I love doing this kind of stuff and I love helping you guys out. And so just keep that in mind. I'm hoping to launch the website maybe in December. And of course, I'll be mentioning it. And the website will grow. We're going to offer all kinds of products. I'm going to work with some manufacturers to sell even like panels and batteries. And we're going to do plumbing stuff. And we're going to have all kinds of different DIY build out solutions. And it's not just for box trucks. It'll be for vans and cargo trailers and RVs and tiny homes and all kinds of stuff. Cam Rabaska is asking, how did you learn to do all the electrical? Well, I was a heating and air conditioning technician for 10 years. And so I went to trade school where I learned 110 volt and 240 volt electricity. And so that's where I learned my electricity. And then I was licensed in Oregon to do minor electrical. And then I got into vehicles and I just learned how to do all the solar and low voltage. If you can do high voltage, low voltage is very easy. Donald Frazier, Nomad Brad Solar Kit looks good. Thank you, Donald. I appreciate it. Yeah, everything's nice. It's good quality. It's high end. It looks cool. This is your little solar disconnect. Everything's really nice. So you guys will be able to have super high quality. The most important thing is you need something that's reliable and is going to work for you. The electrical system is the lifeblood, the heart. I don't know, but it's really critical, right? If your plumbing breaks or a cabinet breaks, that's a bummer. But if your electrical goes out, you're kind of stuck. Your fridge isn't gonna work. Your food's gonna go bad. You can't charge your smartphone. So electrical is, in my opinion, the most critical thing. And it's the easiest thing to mess up if someone doesn't know what they're doing. So I really want people to be able to have reliable equipment that's affordable. And so through me competently putting all this stuff together and then comprehensive video instructions, I have no doubt everyone that wants simple, affordable electrical is going to be able to have it. Emily Rose, wow, that is amazing. That sounds simple enough. Anyone could do it. You're right. That's the goal. It's simple. Anyone can do it, especially with video instructions. Charles Serratos, that's awesome. Polymath, sign me up. You got it, brother. I will take care of you. Diana Saylor, so awesome. Thank you for all your knowledge. CC Priest, great idea. Robert Allman, with you doing that with the website, you could really save people a lot of money not having to buy certain electrical. Yeah, and that's the other thing, guys, is, not only are you, by buying stuff from me, not only are you saving money by not having to hire, like a solar company to do it, you're going to save a lot of time and mistakes. Because if you haven't done it before, like, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to have to change stuff out. unless you spend a ton of time researching. Like I've spent years doing this stuff, and I really wasn't even comfortable enough to do this for clients until, about a year and a half ago. Where I really was like, okay, now I've done enough jobs and I'm comfortable with it. So if you're like new to this, it's a lot of time and a big learning curve, and you have to buy tools. I have so many stinking tools. I probably have $1,000 in hand tools that I have to use between all my crimpers and strippers and screwdrivers and drills and everything just to make this happen. So you're saving money, you're saving time, and you're saving money in tools. It's a good idea. Happy to help you guys out. Polymath average price, Brad. Polymath, it's all, there's no average price. It depends on your needs. It depends on what vehicle you have. It depends on how much solar you need. So it's all going to be based on you, brother. It's all going to be based on you. But anyone that's curious about this or wants to know details or wants help, feel free to reach out. nomadbrad503@gmail.com. As the website is updated, I will be sharing more information about the website. Here's the screenshot for it. Let's see if I can bring this down. So it's under development. I had to build these products first so I can take pictures of them and then upload them to the website. And so now that I have them, I can do it. Nomadix, nomadix.biz is the URL for the website. And if you go there now and put in your email, it will notify you when the website is live. And we'll do something special for all you guys, all the first timers. We'll do some kind of a coupon code or a giveaway or something just to kick it off. So feel free to check out the website. Lazy Ass Asian, that's an awesome kit. Thanks for all your great tips. You're welcome. You're welcome, Lazy Ass Asian. She's using power stations. She's got a pretty nice setup. For a lot of people, power stations is all you need. And I'll be selling power stations also through the website. So if you guys want power stations, you can do that. And there's also some intermediate stuff I can help you with. So like you can use a power station to run a max fan. You can run a fridge with it. But you'll need some wiring and some fusing. So I can help you guys with that too. Donald Frazier. Yeah, any voltage, Donald Frazier. 12 volts, 24 volts, 48 volts if you want it. So keep in mind, electrical systems in the vehicle, everything's different. So your solar panels, even a 12 volt solar panel is actually putting out about 18 watts. Solar panel voltage can go up to 500 watts depending how you connect them. So the voltage coming in from your panels to your charge controller, it could be up to 500 watts, especially on a higher voltage system, like a 24 volt system. My solar panels are like 80 watts because of how they're wired. The battery in my system is 24 volts. Some people do 12. And then the regular residential electrical, this is 120 volts. So whatever you guys want and need, I'll help you out, walk you through the process. Yeah, Roy, I agree with you. And this is me just putting out like the most simple product, right? I want it to be the most simple. So that's why like I stripped the wires, I crimped the connectors on. So you don't my goal was no cutting, no crimping, no stripping, right? All you have to do is just turn a screwdriver and drill a hole and you're done. But we'll see how it goes over time. If people are more comfortable doing that kind of stuff themselves, then I'm happy to, we will adjust. It's all about you guys. It's whatever you guys want and need. Don't spend all your money on strippers. That is great advice. Charles Serrato says, plus you're helping out a fellow bro. Absolutely. Plus you're helping me out. If you buy from Nomad Brad, you're keeping the wheels turning. Help me continue on my journey. Help me produce this wonderful content that you get to watch free of charge. So you're putting a little money in Nomad Brad's pockets. Gas is expensive. Tariffs are coming out. I got a new box truck to build. So I appreciate all the help. Dr. Acer Chromebook DIY Power Station Kit. You're right. It basically is a DIY power station. And I'm going to cover everything. So if you want, DC to DC charging, inverters, fuses, fuse blocks, 24-volt system, 12-volt step-down converters, whatever you guys need, I'll make it happen. And if I don't have the product on the website yet, I'll make it for you. So the idea is just to fill a need. Make sure you guys are taken care of. So that's what's going on. I wanted to share that with you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. I'm going to take off. We've been going for 90 minutes, but we really nailed it tonight. We talked about all things van life, being a nomad, buying a box truck, registering your box truck as an RV. We talked about the brand new nomadics.biz electrical products. We talked about Schoolypalooza. If you guys have any questions, you can email me, nomadbrad503@gmail.com. I will post a regular scheduled video, pre-recorded video Sunday. That will be me camping out in the BLM land here in Yuma, doing a little more nature, outdoor type activities. And then next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, I will be back with another live stream. Who knows what's going to happen? Every week is an adventure. As a nomad, you never truly know what's going to happen. It's always just see how the wind blows. So I appreciate you guys for coming through tonight, and I will see everybody next time. Appreciate all of you. Also appreciate Super Dave for the generous super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you next time. Good evening. Nomad Brad signing out. Peace.